Full Velocity TV begins now.
The perfect cure for the Moody Blues here on Monday night is Full Velocity TV. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to our twofer here tonight with the Dirt Slingin Outlaws. This time we switch it on over to the super late models and some open setups and a very, very lightning fast racetrack that unfortunately looks like it's had a couple of casualties out there and a couple of different drivers, and racetrack seems to be getting a little bit chewed up, so I guess we'll have to wait and see where the night takes us here. But welcome to the show here live, everybody. Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch TV. Phil LaCasse here. I would normally say alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Too Tall Todd Stanton, who I wonder if he's found his way back to the control trailer yet, because this clown, he was out there in his number 32 car practicing, building on a setup, and wasn't quite hitting it, I think, the way he wanted to. Todd Stanton, are you out of the race car? Are you at the controls? Are you ready for some super late model action at DSO?
I'm definitely back on the controls. I loaded it back up on the trailer. Wasn't quite fast enough. I need a lot of practice. I seem to forget. This has been the first laps I've turned in probably 3 months on the dirt circuit. Probably 3 months, Phil. So it's been a long time coming. I had to go out there and just see what I still had, and it's I still have nothing, just like I had before.
Yep, current slowest practice time with a 16.074. Our broadcast partner, Mr. Too Tall Todd Stanton, out there tonight, but qualifying going off on the land for the super late models. Take a couple of minutes. These guys get it all sorted up out there as times start going up on the screen, and they are going to be a whole lot slower than the practice times out there, Todd. As you were just out there practicing, that racetrack was starting to get really chewed up. Speed was really starting to come right out of it immediately. What do you think these guys are feeling right now out there in qualifying as this place seems to just start getting more rubber laid down, and I can only anticipate the speeds are going to get a little tad bit slower the more laps we put on the surface.
Yeah, it's definitely rubbering up out there, Phil. It's definitely becoming slick, and like they said here in the Pro Late models, a lot of those guys were talking about throttle control, and it is throttle control here. As it starts slicking off, it's a ton of throttle control. And I was trying to build a setup for the bottom, and it just wasn't going to work. Tried to move up top. It was slick all over the place already. I'd hate to see what these guys got for a feature here for how slick it's going to be and how they're going to handle that. Obviously, I haven't done it in quite some time, and I was never really good at the super late models, so I can't really determine. I just know it's slick for me out there. It may not be slick for some of these other drivers, though.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see where the rest of this night goes on as they're wrapping up a tail status of qualifying. Everybody going out there getting 4 laps to parade around here over a 5-minute qualifying session. So we'll just kind of go around here, see what times start going up on the board. And it looks like our current quick time is going to be set by car number 23, Jeremy Capron, who was won about everything you could win for the super late models at DSO these last couple of weeks. Jeremy clocking in with a quick time of 15.682. Second quick, we find car number 25, Merrill Frazier, clocked in 15.696. Third quick, I think 15.741. Tremendous run there for the Sidewinder. Scott Schroyer aboard car number 2. Fourth quick, Adam Joseph in the 017 of 15.776. And running in our top 5 with a 15.800. Car number 21, Nathan Castle. That's our current fast 5. And I don't think it's going to change here anytime soon, as I think laps have all go on the board. I see laps still kind of going out there. Racetrack starting to get quiet. I think the only driver yet to post a lap in qualifying, and hopefully he does not, is that number 32 car of Todd Stanton. So we'll hope somebody down there has still got the ratchet straps on him. Stay put there, Todd. I need you here at the controls, because heat racing action for these guys should be coming up on the speedway in just about, I would say, about 60 seconds from now.
Yeah, and it's probably lacking on me for not qualifying out there, Phil. And you know, one of these times right here on Full Velocity, we're gonna show a qualifying lap. Maybe when I can turn one that's actually halfway decent and not be able to affect these guys racing and show you how bad I actually am. I got to be able to control it though. Don't want to spin out on live TV in a qualifying lap.
Yes, you do.
No.
You absolutely do. You've covered me before, and my Acidon lack of driving ability out there. So the great part, I can tell you, Todd, they have clicked it out of qualifying. We are going heat racing out here for the Dirt Slingin Outlaws. Super late model Series 6 drivers on the racetrack for heat race number 1. So let's take you through it. On the pole, we're going to be car number 23. Tonight's quick time set by Jeremy Capron, and alongside of Jeremy in the 017 will be Adam Joseph. In row number 2, car number 66, Steve Speece, with along the number 77 car of Gary Budson alongside. In our third and final row, we find car number 129 of Curtis Upoff, and the number 17 car, the Tennessee Tumbler, old Brett Rolls off on position number 6. So there you have 6 cars going to go out there, 10 laps around here for heat racing distance, and then we'll see these guys all move their way on to the main event after 3 heat races we're going to have here to the docket. So pretty good strong car count for the DSO guys here tonight. Week after week, they usually put some really good racing on. We didn't see quite that there with the Pro Late models, Todd. Eldora, for whatever reason, it's going to be a really tough racetrack to race on, always one groove. Wonder how these guys will transition from pros over to supers and the different things they can do. Maybe see some more green flags laps out here when we get feature racing.
You know, I definitely, I used to be one for fixed setup racing, but I definitely like the open setup here on the dirt. It makes things a little bit easier. You can make it turn the way you want it to turn and not have to battle with a setup that's made for everybody out there, and you have to drive it a different way. I guess it's all on the driver, but you can get a setup going and fit the driver, and that's what I like about the open setups. The supers, these are a fantastic car. Just I'm not a big fan of the track the way it is right now. Like I said, it's slippery for me right as the track was wearing out there through just the practice sessions. Yeah,
it sure was. So we have to wait and see. And Todd, we've had our first boo-boo of the night. Can you tell me what league we're over here broadcasting? We're at the DSO Dirt Slingin Outlaws. Green flag racing heat race number 1, but the overlay out there, that nice new overlay we got, it's saying DWR. We're representing the wrong league out here for the super late models. They're green and flag racing off turn number 2. Jeremy Capron going to lead the field there off 4. All right, I'll let Todd fix that because we don't want to talk about the wrong league up there on the overlay. We'll get that fixed thanks to our buddy Josh Smith out there always watching our back. Jeremy Capron leading Adam Joseph, Steve Speece, Curtis Upoff right now, your current top 4 through the east end of the racetrack. 23 car with a comfortable lead out there. Joseph there, the 017 in for second. Good race going on is for that third spot between Speece and the 66. Upoff of the 129. Curtis trying to run that car down to the low side of the racetrack. I think you got to do that early because it's not going to be there later on. Curtis Upoff the 129 now. Looks like move him now up into that third spot as they are really getting after a 4th spot here at Eldora. Steve Speece, a 166 right now, 66 car, holding on for that 3rd position. But up front, it is all Jeremy Capron. He is just out there driving away from these guys, as I think we have come to expect. Jeremy Capron, 5 laps into a 10-lap feature of their heat race. 1.4 seconds over second place running Adam Joseph at the line, and I can only imagine that interval going to continue on to grow next time by at the line, up to 1.757. He is getting 0.3 of a second a lap over our second place running Adam Joseph. Steve Speece, he's chased Adam down. We may have a race warming up for that second spot, which we'll start to cover because I think it's safe to say Jeremy Capron is just up there and gone. You see Joseph up against the wall there off of turn number 2. Steve Spees, number 66 car, going to try to peek down to the bottom of the racetrack. Almost going to pull side by side this time off of corner number 4. Can't quite find that grip down there. That's for the story of Eldora for the last couple of months, and so far tonight for sure, nothing doing on the inside lane. Jeremy Capron driving away from the field. Next time by, mercifully. Next time, 2 laps remaining. A 2.45 second advantage for car number 23. Now over 2.7 seconds. It's just gaining and gaining over 0.3 of a second a lap for car number 23. This time off of 4. White flag going to go in the air. One more trip around, more of a coronation lap. And I think just putting the rest of the field on notice that, hey, the 23 car is here. I am putting you guys all unaware. Maybe somebody going to put a bounty on this guy to start him at the back, because off of turn number 4 this time, checker flag going to go in the air. Jeremy Capron going to take down the win. 3.2 seconds over Adam Joseph, who comes in for second. Steve Spees third. Curtis Uphoff in for a top 4 finish, followed by Brett Rolls and Gary Budson. So there you have it for heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 about to pull its way up to the racetrack, and hopefully here, by the grace of God, my broadcast partner, Mr. Stanton, will be back with me here in quick order. I believe he's got the overlay all fixed. What do you think, Todd? Take us through our feature, our heat race lineup, heat race number 2 for the Super Lates.
Yeah, heat race number 2, still working on a few things down here in the broadcast trailer. Cannot get my other part of my overlay working, but Merle Fraser going to start on the pole. His dancer partner outside, driving the number 21, Nathan Kassler. His dancer second row is going to be, though, for a fast Frank Gonzalez. His dancer partner is outside, driving the 55, that's Steven Spees. And starting in the third row, that's Dan Collinsworth and Michael Massey. And the number 45, he's going to roll off 6th.
They are dancing. We got a dance party out here tonight on Full Velocity TV. Get the disco ball out. Maybe the bell bottoms out there. Give me a little groove. I mean, we'll go dance. We got dancing shoes on here tonight. What do we think here? We're at the Eldora Speedway, Rossburg, Ohio. Thanks to all you guys out there watching tonight. Guys and gals watching here, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch TV. Do us a favor out there if you can. Share our link out there. Let's show everybody that the DSO guys out here at Eldora, the super late models, open setups. We're going to have a lot of fun out here as we get ready to go green flag racing with Merrill Fraser, Nathan Kassler on the front row. You find fast Frank Gonzalez there in the second row with Steven Spees, Dan Collinsworth, and Mike Massey. There's our 6-car field here. Heat race number 2, the iRacing.com page truck pulls off for cover. We go green flag racing for 10 more laps around here at Eldora. Into turn number 1. Merrill Fraser's 25 car going to slide off the bottom. He'll take the race lead off of turn number 2 down the back chute. The race is on for that second spot between Nathan Kassler's number 21 and the 04 of Frank Gonzalez. Fast Frank trying to make it happen down low. Drag racing for that second spot. It looks like Kassler going to hold on. Top lane, Todd, seems to be the same story. Eldora, it's just tough to pass.
Definitely tough to pass there. The 25 or Merle Fraser right now leading it. He was the guy that was just about as quick as Jeremy Capron in that number 23 machine. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen in the feature. It looks like Kassler's picked up some speed there, the 21. Some of these guys have a real hard time during qualifying sessions. I know I've never been a qualifier, but I've been a lot better racer and working my way up through the field. Kassler now touches the wall there in that number 21 machine, but right there nipping at the heels of the number 25 machine of Fraser.
Yeah, and I can tell you in practice, that number 21 car, Nathan Kassler, put up the best lap in the opening practice. And it wasn't his first lap. It was like his 6th lap out there. He turned a 15.441. It was almost 0.2 of a second better than Scott Schroyer and Jeremy Capron. So we know a 21 car has got a lot of speed in it, but can he find it out there on the racetrack as the surface continues to change and take a pounding? And have to wait and see what he can do. But we're halfway home here in heat race number 2. It is Merrill Fraser's 25 car leading Nathan Kassler, Frank Gonzalez, Steven Spees, Mike Massey running in our top 5. Our race leaders, Todd, they're exiting turn 4.
As the race leaders exit turn number 4, already down the back straight, or front straightaway, I should say, already down the back straightaway now. Looking at Frank Gonzalez in that 04 machine, Phil, yeah, he's running in that third spot, having a good battle going on here with a 55 with Steven Spees. We're going to drop in car there with the driver of the 04 machine just to see how he gets around Eldora here in the super late model.
Cool little view there from the 04 of Frank Gonzalez, currently running third, but he's 2 seconds behind our race leaders. Up front, you got Merrill Frazier out in the 25 with Nathan Castle second. They've taken 2 to go, and off of 4 this time. Going to be white flag from the stand one more time around for car number 25, Merrill Frazier. 21 of Nathan Katzler in there for 2, and then you get that little gap back till you find Frank Gonzalez in for 3rd. So through 3 and 4 for the final time here. Checkered flag going to go in the air. Heat race number 2 going to belong to car number 25 of Merrill Frazier. Nathan Katzler going to be in for 2nd. Frank Gonzalez going to take home 3rd. Steven Spieth 4th. Dan Collinsworth is going to take home a top 5. Mike Massey looks like had some issues there about halfway. He'll roll off in the 6th position here. Final finishing off heat race number 2. So we have 2 of 3 heats in the books. Heat race number 3 about to roll its way to the racetrack. So let's take it through the lineup for our 3rd and final heat race of the night for DSO. On the pole, it'll be car number 2, the DSO Outlaw number 2. That's Scott Schroyer on alongside of him in the number 804, the Jet Roger Jet. Joey Lamb rolls off next from car number 81 with the high side hustler, Mr. Martin Karch alongside in the 101. In our 4th row, the missile Mike Budson along car number 524 and scheduled to roll shotgun on the field. And if he is, I may put one to my head. Car number 32, Too Tall Todd Stanton, who I don't see a 6th car making the call, which is probably really good news for all of us. Todd is safe and sound down there, because I'm not sure, Todd, you're quite ready to go out there and mix it up with these guys.
No, definitely not. If somebody would like to help me out there and get to the capability of these guys, maybe someday. It would be a huge work in progress. No, I'm not gonna pay you money to help me out. It's not gonna happen. But it's fantastic not to see me out there, Phil, because it's one less yellow, one less car out there to cause some carnage here at Eldora. And that's probably what would happen if I was out there right now.
All right, well, I have a great idea. If you want to help Todd in his racing endeavors and maybe make Todd a great dirt driver again, how about you throw up there some stars donations out there for us live on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. We'd love to have that going on out there. So if you guys want to help us feel the love, stars donations help our brother Todd out there. Maybe learn how to drive in the dirt cars again. Because once upon a time, believe it or not, he was semi-okay. He'd win a race every now and again and was out there mixing up with these guys night after night. But kind of like our brother Martin, who seems to have lost a step, Todd now almost finds himself relegated to almost a retirement home. All right, yeah, he's lost about 20 steps. He's got the walker going on out there. You know, we had some fun here. Our buddy Todd up here in the booth. Oh, yeah, well, maybe Todd will go, instead of the wheelchair, let's go motorized scooter. We could probably figure out how to race one of those 2 together.
Awesome, we'll take it.
But we'll take a match race in one of those one day. But on turn number 4, 5 cars will come to green. Scott Schroyer going to lead the field in turn number 1.
Down here in the turn number 1 is Schroyer. Look at Roger Jet again on the outside. Martin Karch, the high side hustler. That's the reason why he's on the outside. Then he makes contact with the wall. Here comes Jet firing back down to the inside. Contact there with Schroyer. And Schroyer's going to lose a lot of spots. 3 wide. Look at Budsing on the bottom side in the 524 machine. Man, he looks like he was shot out of a cannon down the bottom. He was working it there, that 524 machine, Phil.
He certainly was. Working Missile Mike, working down there in that 3rd spot in car number 524. He has got it going down there. As I wish y'all could hear Todd off of the other ear of mine just singing away. Really unprofessionally he is out here. But Roger Jet leading the field off of turn number 2 there that time. A little battle between him and Mike Budson now for 2nd. Joey Lamb in the 81 trying to hold on, claiming that 2nd spot. And look at Scott Schroyer in that number 2, fighting there on the outside. He's dropped all the way back to the 4th spot, back with teammate Martin Karch running in 5th. It's usually not something we usually see. Martin and Scott in the back of one of these fields. Something, it's got to be Groundhog Day. Roger Jet leads the field, Todd. We're halfway home.
Yeah, Roger Jet doing a fantastic job aboard the number 804. We're seeing Joey Lamb for 2. Mike Bunsey in the number 524, still fighting tooth and nail there for the 3rd spot. For the 2, the sidewinder Scott Schroyer. Schroyer makes a little contact to the outside wall. The run off the corner there propels him there into the 3rd spot. Now Schroyer down to the bottom immediately. He wants position gains back here. Almost a twofer there, pulling it out there for Schroyer as we got 4 laps remaining.
4 more trips around for the 804 up front. You got Joey Lamb in there trying to wrestle away, hold on for second. Schroyer and Bunsen going at it for third right now. Give it to the 2-car off of the corner. Can he chase down the 81? He's starting to run out of time. This time by, going to put lap number 8 up on the board. The 804 of Roger Jett running the outside like a champ. Joey Lamb's 81 car looks absolutely seated. Here comes Schroyer. He's going to make one more move to the inside. Todd, can he pull another one? Slide shot for second, almost for the lead tear off the floor.
Nice crossover maneuver by the 81 of Joey Lamb. Lamb back to the second spot. Going down the back straightaway now. Schroyer back down to the bottom side. Another slider through turn number 3. He's going to try to squeeze it in the middle there. Trying to hold on to that second spot. Looks like he's going to be able to complete the pass as white flag is in the air. Joey Lamb now goes back battling down to the inside. Roger Jett is right now in the lead. Scott Schroyer going to try one last ditch effort down into turn number 3. Schroyer on the bottom, Jett on the outside. Jett going to take down heat race number 3. Scott Schroyer for 2. The 81 of Joey Lamb for 3.
That was absolutely exciting, and kudos to Scott there. He really made a hell of a run to it. Scott Schroyer finishing up second there for our third and final heat race of the night for the Dirt Slingin Outlaws, this time out here in the super late models at Eldora. So that's going to do it here for the completion of our qualifications. Our feature event for 40 laps of the super late models is coming up here in just a few brief short moments. So what do you say, Todd? We throw this thing trackside once again. We pay honor to the great country, United States of America. How about the playing of our national anthem? Back here live at the Eldora Speedway, Full Velocity TV tonight, presented by Spadafora Firearms. Check out Brendan's great website now, SpadaforaFirearms.com. Also, give a big shout out to our buddy Jeff Brown over at iRacing iFlag. Get some great stuff from him over there, iRacingIFlag.com. Also, a good shout out tonight to our buddy Jim Revis over at Evil One Graphics, throwing out some really awesome looking new wraps. The Evil One paint shop been busy this week, and he's taking orders now. Check out Evil One Graphics on Facebook. They're not only good, they are evil. Also, a big shout to our buddy Jarvis Colbridge over at Team CCRD, doing some great paint wraps there for CC Race Designs. You want a good looking car? Well, look the best in show while winning on the toe. CC Race Designs, hell yeah. Also, big shout to the boys over at DirtSeries.com, Josh Smith and Earl Clements, the entire gang over there. Back on the air with those guys coming up here Thursday night with the Indoor Nationals and the Chili Bowl out in the midgets to finish up the Chili Bowl Nationals this coming Thursday night. Sign up now, dirt-series.com. Come be a part of the awesome show here coming up Thursday night. And also a shout to our buddy Tyler Blankenship over at Hanover Record Service. Does a lot of great things just behind the scenes. Check out Hanover Record Service now to serve all your needs out there in the Carolina region area. And also a big shout to our buddy Charles Wooten. Thanks to all of his help here, getting these nice new sweet overlays working. They look great out here tonight, and I'm happy to have them here live with my buddy Todd Stanton alongside Phil Lacasse here. Full Velocity TV, 40-lap main event for the Dirt Slingin Outlaws. Super late models is getting out to the speedway. So, Todd, let's go straight to the starting lineup.
And now your starting lineup here for the super late models, Eldora Speedway, Rossburg, Ohio, Dirt Slingin Outlaws. Starting on the pole, driving the number 23. He's won back-to-back feature events here, the super late models. Can he make it 3? Can he make it the hat trick? The number 23 of Jeremy Capron. And outside of him, driving the number 25, that's Merle Fraser.
In row number 2, we find the Sidewinder. Oh, maybe we don't find the Sidewinder there. As we find car number 804, the Jet Roger Jet, and alongside of Roger in the 017, that is Adam Joseph.
Rolling off in the 5th starting position, driving the number 21 machine, that is Nathan Kassler. Kassler aboard the number 21. And rolling off in the 6th position, yes, that is the Sidewinder himself. That's Scott Schroyer.
In row number 4, we find car number 66. That is Steve Speeson alongside of the 04, Fast Frank Gonzalez.
Next row back, starting inside row number 5 in that 9th starting position. Driving the number 81, that's Joey Lamb. Lamb aboard the number 81. Outside of him, and driving the 129, starting 10th, that's Curtis Uphoff.
Next row back, we find car number 55 of Steven Speece, and alongside the missile, Mike Bunson aboard car number 524.
Brett rolls off in the 13th position in the number 17 machine, and his dancing partner, his tangoing partner, driving the number 99, that's Dan Collinsworth. Collinsworth aboard the number 99 machine.
Next row back in the 101, deep in the field, we find the high side hustler, Martin Karch, and alongside of the number 77, that is Gary Budson.
Shotgun on the field, that is Michael Massey. We're getting ready to go green flag off of turn number 4. Green flags in the air, and we're racing down into turn number 1. Who's it going to be here this evening? We know you got a favorite out there, Eldora Speedway, Rossburg, Ohio. Who's it going to be out there? Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch.
Well, I guess we'll find out when on the opening lap of the race, caution flag going to come on the Speedway. Yellow, yellow, yellow for the first time. Merrill Frazier going to take the lead from Jeremy Caper there off into turn number 1 there, going to the yellow, but the first one of the night going to come out on the opening lap, and I think, can't confirm this, I think the high side hustler may have got a piece. I see Joey Lamb at the back of the field. Did Joey Lamb take out this yellow flag?
Looking through here, Scott Schroyer went around in the knot, and man. And then as Brett rolls, the 101 of Martin Karch also involved in that one, Phil. So yes, 101, 81, 2 involved. So a lot of cars involved in that one, a lot more than I would have thought initially. But Schroyer did get completely sideways there, running about 6th spot.
All right, so it's going to put some pretty good fast cars to the rear. Schroyer, Lamb, Karch, Rolls. I don't know if Rolls is fast, but hey, we'll give him a little bit of grief out there. To wait and see, but now working lap number 2 or 3 now of a 40-lap feature event. Good little, tango for the lead there on the opening lap between Jeremy and Caper and Merrill Frazier. The way Jeremy laid the gauntlet down in heat race there, Todd, just driving away from this field, you got to think you got to take advantage of him on the restart because he gets some clean air. That car seems to be really, by far and away, the fastest driver we saw in the heat races. Yes, Nathan Castle's got a good car. Yes, Merrill's got a really fast car. Roger Jett's been good. Adam Joseph has been strong, but nobody's impressed me more tonight than the driver of car number 23, Jeremy Capron, who is going to take this restart from the pole position, this time off of turn number 4. Pace truck is going to make its way in. We go back to green flag racing here in Eldora.
And Capron in the number 23 machine immediately goes to the top shelf for the Speedway. He knows where he's got to be. The 25 machine of Fraser working on the bottom of the number 23. They're side by side through corners 3 and off of turn number 4. It's going to be Capron at the line so far here on lap number 6 of 40. So we still got 34 more laps to decide this one, Phil. A long ways to 25 right now, staying lockstep with the 23.
Sure is, and I'm looking back there, Todd, and I find a gaggle of race cars back there scrambling almost 3 wide. I saw Steve Speece in the 66 car back there, Steven Spees in the 55 right in the middle of that fracas. I see Adam Joseph back there, old fast Frank Gonzalez, all sort of that back there now, but those guys were just about 3 wide here a lap ago, getting it all back sort of single file, all dancing back to the high lane of the racetrack where we find Jeremy Capron leading with Merrill Frazier, Nathan Kassler, Roger Jett, Steve Speece, your top 5, and now that yellow hanky once again coming out over the racetrack. It has been the story here tonight. at the Eldora Speedway. Yellow for the second time now, working on lap number 8 on the racetrack, and I don't have even the slightest of idea where this one kind of come from, but I do mark up my suspicions. Mild.
It's going to be the 77 of Gary Bunsen around here. And we're going to show it real quick, Phil, because the turtle count has went up to 4 here this evening. 4 turtles. Here, the 77 goes up and over, lazy roll. Roof surfing there for a little distance. Turtle, number 4 of the evening.
5 yellow flags, 4 turtles, 3 somethings, 2 cranky announcers, and 1 great audience watching on Full Velocity TV. How about that little improv? Man, you can tell we're sick of yellow fever out here tonight.
Right now, Phil. Reminds me too much.
Well, you're singing, yeah. It does remind us of. You look outside there, Todd. You look outside today. I looked outside and saw 1.5 feet of snow. It feels like freaking Christmas out here for being the 1st of March. I think Old Man in Winter waited a little bit too late because it's supposed to be baseball season and I'm seeing winter out there. But
negative 20 coming soon.
Negative 20 coming soon. Thanks for that great reminder that the beasts of the Northeast live out here in frigid country. Out here on the northeast side of the country, but we're here in Rossburg, Ohio, where the action is kind of at a simmering calm right now, as we just can't get green flag racing underway here tonight in Eldora with the DSO guys. But off at turn number 4 this time, we will try that once again as Jeremy Capron and Merrill Frazier are going toe-to-toe. The race lead, the pace truck dances its way onto pit road, and we go racing back again to turn number 1. Capron going right back to the top lane of the racetrack. Now almost 3 wide off the corner as Nathan Cassers decided, I want to come play there down low.
And now Capron runs down to the bottom side there. The 23 machine leaving the top shelf empty there for the number 25 to try to make a run. He's almost daring the 25 of Frazier to try to go up there and try to take the lead from him there in the 23 machine. But I tell you what, that iRacing I-Flag Capron screen printing number 23 doing a fantastic job right now coming off of turn number 4. Last time by 15.994, Phil. He's the only guy in the 15-second bracket still.
No shock there. But I'm looking back here, and I see Nathan Castle running the low side. And look at the gang of the race cars he's got sitting there around him. You got Fast Frank Gonzalez back there in the 4 car. Scott Schwayer's 2 car starting to enter that picture. You've got that Mike Bunsen up there in the 524 right in the mix as well. Steve Speece, the 66 car right there. Those guys really going after it good. Castle not giving up on the low side. He's just determined to make it happen. He's got some takers down there fishing.
Yeah, he definitely does. Castle right now is starting to drop back. Well, you got to go where these other people are. And right now, it's everybody to the top. Hurry up and get up there. As Jeremy Capron's still leading this event. But I tell you what, that 25 not going away. Because now he hits the wall there just a tad bit. So that's going to give a little bit of an advantage there to the 23 machine. 25 not going away. Steven Spees having a good run in that 55 machine as he was a part of a 3-wide battle there with the group that you were talking about, Phil. So he's making some headway. He got a 3rd place in the Pro Late Models. Probably be happy with back-to-back 3rd podium finishes here. Eldora and get the heck out of here.
I'm sure he certainly would be running in a 3rd spot. And this saw a really good green flag run starting to take shape. Just shy of halfway for the 3rd time now. Yellow flag going to come out once again here on lap number 18. Yellow, and I think this one's going to be, get that rank score out. Write it down, because I think the 45 car of Mike Massey may be on his way toward, hopefully not ejection here soon. If it was me racing with him, he'd throw me out in a heartbeat, but we'll make a little fun of our buddy Mike out there. Car number 45, Todd, around, was it all by himself?
He did let it drift up a little bit, Phil. It's one of those things where he drifted up. I believe he got into contact with the number 99. But it's a good segue for You Make the Call. As we're going to let you guys go ahead here and see this in live motion one more time. So everybody out there on YouTube, Twitch, let's get you guys involved. Was it the 45 fault or was it the number 99's fault? You make the call.
You make the call. Like that feature out there. I'm glad we finally got that widget out there. It's for the whole afternoon trying to put that one together. So We'll see that one finally come to life here. But yeah, I want to see what y'all are thinking out there. Who was it? Had to do it. Was it the 45 of Massey? I'm going to blame Massey. Massey would blame us for anything that we could possibly do. So I don't have to go back and wait and see. But going back and watching again, I see the widget come up on the screen here as I'm on a delay. Pretty cool to see it out there. That looks really good. Great job by all of us out here, finally getting that out there. But we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing with a single file restart. Jeremy Caper and Merrill Frazier going to lead the field into 1 and 2. And now with clean air, look at that 23 car starting to drive away. Somebody put some extra weight in that car.
Yeah, it's I tell you what, Caper's fast. He's fast everywhere he goes. I watched him in a couple other broadcasts. I was actually becoming a Caper fan, and he actually finished 8th in that broadcast. I was like, wow, that's not what I'm used to seeing. But Caper now in the lead here. They're Slingin Outlaws doing a fantastic job holding his own. Looks like second place now, Steven Spees, and I'm not sure what happened. Yeah, Merle Frazier going to fall back to the 3rd spot, so that's interesting, Phil. I didn't get to see that pass, but Steve Spees around in the 2nd.
I did not see the 55 dance around the 25 car. I was kind of taken back just as you were when I looked up there and I say, what is Steven doing up there in 2nd? I was kind of watching this gaggle of race cars behind these guys. I see Scott Schreier still catfishing along the bottom of the racetrack, and I see back there we see Adam Joseph and Mike Budson. Joey Lamb's back there trying to make his way back to the field. So Capron and Spees up front. You got Frazier and Jet 3rd and 4th, Castle running in 5th, but the fun is back there taught for 6th place on back, and that is a good, solid battle of race cars, all starting to sort itself out. But those guys back there said you sometimes got to go where they ain't. There's cars down there going where others are not.
And definitely that's where you're going to have to go. And as of right now, everybody relegated to the top shelf of the Speedway and Eldora, and you're watching these guys beat off the wall like an EA Sports game, Phil. That's one of those things you know. You remember playing those EA Sports games there in NASCAR, how awful they were when you were bouncing off the wall. You could actually pick up speed and momentum, and that's what it reminds me of sometimes here at Eldora. Is right now the top shelf just so dominant here, and these guys just banging off the wall, and it's not really affecting them a lot. It does check them up. EA Sports, I tell you, when we had that game in NASCAR, Phil, it was actually better faster to hit the wall.
I'm hanging my head thinking that you played that crap that EA put out for a racing game. I'm ashamed of you, Todd. Give me back that good racer card. You suck. I'm going to grab an EA Sports game in a little bit here. Probably practice a little bit of football. So next summit we have, I'm going to come out there loaded for bear thinking you played that crap. We're out here at Eldora, 10 laps to go here in our feature event for the DSO. Super late models, open setup racing. Jeremy Capron out front in Carver 23s opened up a 1.37 second advantage over Carver 55 of Steven Spees. Merrill Frazier there in for 3rd. 4th we find Roger Jett having a great night. Nathan Castle running at our top 5. 6th with Steven Spees. Mike Budson, Scott Schreier, Joey Lamb, Adam Joseph the top 10. As yellow flag once again out on the racetrack, and we talk about Adam Joseph running 10th. Not so fast, my friend. What do you got for us, Todd?
And he was in a Joey Lamb racing sandwich here, so I think he got nervous, Phil. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But Adam Joseph right there is Frank Gonzalez was down on the bottom side here, and Joey Lamb was up top. Joseph really had nowhere to go. He was trying to think what type of real estate he had there in the middle, and just barely touched Joey Lamb. And around all by his selfie.
Well, I guess it happens to the best of them, but if I was stuck in a Joey Lamb sandwich there with him and Frank Gonzalez around me, I would probably want to duck for cover and panic too, because you never know what those guys have up their sleeve. Tough break for Adam Joseph. The 017 was running up there solidly in the top 10. He'll have to come from the back, and that's going to be really, really tough to do. We're under 10 laps to go here at Eldora. So, you know, looking out there, I see Andrew Rickard out there watching. Thanks for tuning in there, Andrew. Great to see you out there watching here tonight. Full Velocity TV, the Eldora Speedway here with DSO. And see up front, it's been all Jeremy Capron now. 5 laps remaining, a single file restart. Steven Spees have one more trick up his sleeve. Merrill Frazier there for third. There's Roger Jett. Roger's had a really solid night here, Todd, in the 804, currently running fourth. And Nathan Kessler, who we know is a fast race car, he's going to restart fifth with a 21, but I'm just not sure there's anything left as far as that low side of the racetrack. I'm not sure the 21's going to have time to show off how good that race car was early on, but the pace truck going to duck its way for cover. Green flag back in the air, and Jeremy Capron going to go right back to where he was. Stops on that loud pedal, and look at that. 7 car lengths immediately over that number, second place running number 55 of Steven Spiess. Capron just in another area code here tonight in Eldora. I think he's probably off. He may be a Lima lane as fast as he is.
Definitely looking for the hat trick here tonight. Is the number 23 machine that would make it 3 in a row for Jeremy Capron. He is your current race leader. Second place right now, Steven Spiess, and Merle Frazier running in that third spot, number 25. Roger Jett still hanging on to that fourth spot. So we have 3 laps remaining, almost 2 laps remaining here. This Capron coming off the corner here. The number 23 machine popsicle 6 in there. 2 more trips around Eldora Speedway, Rossburg, Ohio.
2 more trips around for car number 23, trying to make it 3 wins in a row. The DSO Super Late Model Series into 3 and 4 here. And this time around, he is going to see that white silk in the air. 1 more trip around the half mile here in Ohio for car number 23, Capron. Screen printing machine, iRacing flag on the hood there. Jeremy Capron in the turn number 3 and 4 for the final time for the 3rd consecutive time here on Monday night. Jeremy Capron going to victory lane. Steven Spiess going to finish up there second with Merrill Frazier for 3rd. Roger Jett 4th. Nathan Kessler brings home a solid top 5. Scott Schroyer rebounds up to 6th. Steve Spiess, Joey Lamb, Frank Gonzalez, and Curtis Uphoff running out our top 10. Other drivers left for the racetrack included Dan Collinsworth and Brett Rolls. Mike Budson was a lap down. Adam Joseph, Martin Karch, Mike Massey, Gary Budson, all those guys are behind the wall early. The story here tonight in Eldora, Todd, for the super late models. Jeremy Capron, once again, 3rd week in a row, you're going to talk to Joe. One of us is going to talk to Jeremy down to victory lane. I think this week it's your turn.
I'm definitely going to work my way down to victory lane to Jeremy Capron and see how he did here tonight. And man, another fast car. It seems like every track we go to, he's highly competitive. And that goes to show you how much he's worked on his setups over the years, or I should say, over the seasons here through iRacing. And it goes to show you how fast he's definitely going to be each and every week. And these guys stepping up their game. They're starting to get a little bit closer, Phil. At least it's not by half a track.
Well, I guess if they have any solace, I guess they could probably take that in it as well. So, yeah, we'll certainly find them there. But we'll talk to our top 3 in the post-race show. We'll get these guys all kind of screened out. And we'll talk to Merrill Frazier. We will talk to Steven Spiess. And, of course, Todd will go to victory lane and talk to the race winner, of course, Mr. Jeremy Capron. So we move down here trackside now. We find the driver of car number 25 as he unstraps out of the car. Merrill Frazier going to jump out of the seat, and car number 25, Merrill, a tremendous run for you in the 3rd spot. Eldora, a very tough racetrack. You were able to hold on and muscle away that 3rd position here tonight. Tell us about your run.
Man, that was intense right there. I was giving it all I had. I went for the lead a couple times, and I had a good run there at first, and I got into the walk. I'm out of turn 2, and it messed my right front suspension or something up. I don't know. It started pushing real bad, and I had to settle for 3rd. And then the last lap, I had to give Steven a little run for his money, and 3rd's best I could come up with. But it's my first time racing with these guys. They put on a good show. I appreciate them letting me run with them, and you guys for putting this on, and had a good time.
Certainly was a good time. But Eldora, as we've talked about, all night long, and feels like for months now, Eldora always seems to be a one-groove racetrack. The bottom never really seems to ever be good down there. Was there any time at all you could find where you could really had to make that move down low? Was there any time you could make the move down low that may have given you a spot to even take over Steven, or maybe even run down Jeremy, who just seemed like he was in a different area code?
During the race, no, the bottom really wasn't there. It was there in 3 and 4 in the heats. That's how Eldora is. Sometimes it's racy, sometimes it's not. Tonight was pretty much a one-group track. If you didn't get up on the high side quick, they just going to run off and leave you.
Well, they certainly did. But Merrill, it's great to talk to you here the first time on Full Velocity TV. I'm going to give you the mic one final time. We're out there as always at Full Velocity Live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV. So anybody out there watching you want to say hello to, the floor is all yours there, bud. Take it away.
Yeah, this car is actually owned by Merle Frazier. My name's Marcus Mays. I drive it for him, and that's my beautiful wife on the hood. I want to thank both of them for giving me the opportunity to run this, and I'll see you guys next time.
All right, well, Marcus Mays of the Merrill Frazier number 25 car. Great to have a new name to us out here. Congratulations, Marcus, on a good third-place run. We'll certainly do it again soon, so we'll let him get back to his team and debrief, and we'll run a little further down here. I think we've already talked to this guy one time tonight, the driver of car number 55. Steven Spieth ends up in position number 2 in the Supers. Steven, you're making gains. Third of the pros, second of the Supers. How different from car to car was this racetrack?
Track-wise, it wasn't a whole lot different. I mean, it slicks up a little bit more in the Supers usually, just because the more power people are spinning tires, et cetera, et cetera. But, I mean, I threw the wrong setup in for qualifying, so I started in the back and still didn't quite have it quite right in the heats, and then went back to the setup that I actually ran in the Stars on Dirt race last night that did pretty well and worked out in the feature. I don't know how the heck I got up to second. I think I started back 11th or something, so I'm thrilled.
Hey, that is making the most of a bad starting spot right there. You probably had to pass the most cars to get up there. The racetrack was tough. How did you manage to make those passes out there? I know you had that car down low working. You got it up high. Knowing this track the way it is, one groove, how the heck did you make that thing work for you?
Well, I think I grabbed a chunk of them right there at the beginning. I started on the inside, so I just put it way down towards the wall and was careful. And I feel like I missed a big mess there and kind of lucked through it. And then it was just, kind of trying to be patient. And, if somebody hit the wall or made a mistake, you get by them. There's 40 laps, plenty of time. So, like I said, I was just thrilled to be moving forward. I wasn't getting in a hurry or anything. You have to be super patient in these super late models, or you're spinning your tires and getting all loose off the corner and hitting walls and things like that. So it's really a slower is faster. I mean, the lap times prove it. Whenever I watch my lap times, if I really go gentle on entry and exit, it's a lot faster. You want to keep that fast pedal down, but it's not the fast way around.
Well, and now talk about, finishing second here tonight to that guy out front who's won now 3 weeks in a row in the Supers. Does this second place almost feel like a win for you, finishing second to that guy of all people?
Yeah, I'm never going to bat about finishing second to Jeremy. He's probably one of the best on the service. I mean, a lot of those VLR guys are, and, happy to race with them. And anytime you're keeping up, you're getting feeling pretty quick.
All right, well, Steven, you know how this drill works. I'm going to give you the mic one more time out there on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch TV. Salute all those people out there watching, all the ones that got you here this evening.
Yeah, really, I want to say thanks to whoever watches and supports all these broadcasts and all these leagues that we like to run. Makes us a bunch of dummies going in circles on a computer, but it's a heck of a lot of fun. And hope everybody that thinks it looks like fun, jump in, give it a try. It's a blast once you get in here, and good community. I know a lot of us gripe and complain about tracks and this and that and one lane, blah blah blah, but it's a blast. I mean, everybody should jump in and give it a try. If you ever wanted to race, this is as close as you can get.
I completely agree. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Carter 55, one of my favorites out there. Steven Spieth finishing up in the second spot here in Eldora. So 2 podium finishes. That's a pretty good solid night here live on Full Velocity TV. But you know who is having the best of all nights out there, Todd, for the third consecutive week? Car number 23 rolls in the victory lane, and I don't even think he maybe even broke a sweat tonight. Let's see how Jeremy Capron's feeling down there.
Yeah, Jeremy Capron down here winning 3 in a row here tonight, and we talked about the streak last week, now growing to 3 in a row. Phil was a little bit ahead of yourself, but this week, Jeremy, able to get out front, high line, able to run up there. The 25 gave you a little couple of smidgets down to the bottom, but you were able to hold him off and just drive away. Tell us about your race tonight.
Yeah, trust me, I was sweating the entire race. Did not feel near as good in the feature as it did during the heat race, but I'm going to keep her up top and keep her off the wall, and then turn up front everybody a lot.
Yeah, definitely looked rather fast there in the heat race. It looked a little bit different. Yeah, I have to agree with you. It did look a little bit different. The track slicking off quite a bit. Usually that plays into your role.
The liner on the cushion was really tiny, smaller than usual, and like I said, I was just concentrating on not getting into the wall, and I don't know what the deal is. I didn't really change anything on the set, man. It just did not feel good, but like I said, I knew if they could get battling back there, and if I could just stay out front, and I'd probably be okay.
All right, Jeremy, as we're accustomed to, and we've seen you a lot down here in Victory Lane, we're going to give you the microphone. You can thank whoever you'd like to thank tonight for this win at Eldora.
Yeah, I got to thank this here Dirt Slingin Outlaws for putting this on, and you guys for broadcasting. I got to thank BladeNode.com, Hanover Wrecking. I got to thank iRacing, iFlag, and Capron Screen Printing, and Team VLR.
All right, again, congratulations to Jeremy Capron in that number 23 machine. Like you said, fantastic race here tonight once again. Let's see if he can make it 4 in a row. If he can make it 4 in a row, I'm willing to put up a bounty here on Full Velocity TV.
Oh, me too. I think we should maybe add like 100 pounds of weight, 100 pounds of weight. Put him out there in a 2-stroke. I think even that, I think Jeremy could probably do it. Great job by car number 23, Jeremy Capron, out there at Victory Lane. And always cool to see this guy, the talent he has, go out there and just take it to these guys week after week. So awesome to see. And great job by the guys at DSO here tonight. Eldora, a tough place. The super late models certainly made up for the pros out there. So great job by all these guys. Thanks to Scott, Martin, and all the gang over here. Got to thank our crew at Full Velocity TV. Martin, our graphics guy, of course. Got to thank Jack Truin for all his help with the controls he's had behind the scenes. Got to thank Mr. Ron Piles. Great to hear his dad's doing well in recovery after the bypass surgery today. So thoughts and wishes still with the Piles family, of course. Missing Ron for sure. All the cast of characters. Todd, we got to thank, of course, Charles Wooten for our overlays and everybody else that makes us think. Josh Smith for the great camera work. Those things look awesome tonight. So many people behind the scenes to make this thing go, and especially to all of you out there, our fans that watch night after night. Thank you so much for watching Full Velocity TV, and stay tuned to our Facebook page tomorrow. We have a big announcement coming you are not going to miss. So thanks for all the support here. We'll see you back here live tomorrow night. We have the Sim Addicts tomorrow night here live with more Full Velocity TV. Say goodnight, Todd.
Good night.
Night, Todd.
Thank you for watching Full Velocity TV. See you tomorrow night.